How's it going, guys? It's me, Domo the Domo Taku Anime Channel, with an interesting first impressions of the new Spring Anime 2016 series, ReZero. Something about reliving in a parallel world or something from starting from zero. But anyways, this anime really impressed me. I must say, this is the first episode or first series I started in the season. Next, I'm going to start Mayoiga. But this one was really interesting, and it made a really good first impression on me. If you see from the title, it's labeled Episode 1A and B, and that really made me curious. It's like, wait, there's two episode ones? Like, what the frick is this about? I watched the first episode, A, because, you know, alphabetical order, A goes first. So episode 1A features our main protagonist, Subaru, who is we have another shut-in protagonist, but I mean, it's all good, you know, who basically wakes up in another fantasy world sort of thing, right? And him being a shut-in and like all the anime experience is like, oh, he's like very stereotypical. He's like, oh, I must have been summoned here by some cute girl to do something. I must be really strong, have like the XPs and like the bonus equipment and whatnot. So it's really funny at first, and then, you know, he's just in this mystery world. We have no reason why. He's just like shopping at a convenience store buying food for himself, right? And then all of a sudden he just wakes up in this other world, right? Where here he just sort of runs into things. This girl with white long silver hair, which looks pretty kawaii, saves him, and she turns out to be a half-elf. Bonus points. Anyways, so, you know, Subaru waking up in this fantasy world, he gets saved by this girl, you know, it's like, oh, let me help you out and do these things. So it's really, we don't have like a big premise yet, but, you know, it starts to build up because we build this relationship with the girl named Satella and her familiar, which is like, I forgot, it's like a cat, I forgot its name, but, you know, they start to build a relationship, and then, you know, they help each other out. We see, like, she's really kind and stuff. She helps out a girl. She does, like, the magic trick with the coin, and it's all good, right? And, like, Subaru is just, like, helping out this girl because she saved him from a bunch of hooligans that, like, attacked him in the alleyway. And, you know, it's all going good. It's, like, pretty simple. And it gets to a point where they track the thief who stole from Satella to this place, right? Where, you know, it's like, oh, we're gonna get this thing that she stole from you back from here, right? So it's okay. And it goes to, like, an interesting turnaround where, like, Subaru gets killed. He gets killed by some unknown person, and then Stella walks in, and then she gets killed as well. And then Subaru just like, oh shoot, don't do it, like, what the frick is going on? It's like, no, I gotta save Stella, save the girl, save the waifu, right? And then all of a sudden, it goes back in time to, like, this point where he's, like, talking to this, Market Street vendor dude, right? And now I'm just like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, because in the beginning, the episode, we see this flashback of him reaching out for Satella's hand because something happened, right? Like, no, I will save you, right? And now it's like, okay, Subaru has the power to go back in time or something like that. So he goes back to the time, like a time before everything happened, right? Before he meets Satella and before everything, right? So he uses his newfound knowledge to go and try to prevent this thing and save Satella, supposedly. So that's what episode 1B is about, because 1A, he dies and then he goes back in time, so he relives episode 1 again, but on side B, which is another, like, new timeline, which is really interested me. So, you know, what does 1B have in store for us, because 1A is a different entire thing that happened. So 1B, with his new knowledge or old knowledge, Subaru goes off to, like, oh, I know that the person who stole your thing is going over here. I need to save Satella. So he goes to the bar where he's trying to wait out for the thief. And he meets the thief, and he also meets the person that killed him and Satella, but he doesn't know that this person kills them in the other thing because he didn't actually get to see her face. But it was just a girl, long hair, and, you know, she has this freaking awesome knife, and she, like, kills everyone in the store again. She kills the bartender, she kills the thief, and, like, Subaru brings up a pretty good fight. He's actually, for a shut-in, he says he swings a sword, like, every day or something like that. Like, what? And he's not that bad, because in the 1B, he, like, fought the hooligans that attacked him in 1A, and I thought that was pretty awesome. And, yeah, so he tries to fight back. He realizes, oh shoot, everyone died again in 1B, so now I gotta go and try to, like, live and, like, you know, thing. So, you know, he tries to put up a good fight against the killer, but he dies again. Unfortunately, you know, he's not that strong. So he dies again, and he's like having these flashbacks, like, no, I gotta save everyone, like, I don't want to die. Am I dead? Yes. And then he wakes up once again in the same place that he revived to, not revived to, I'm making references, that he started over from again. So now it's really weird because, you know, like he died in 1B, and then he traveled back to the beginning of episode 1 where he's standing and he's blanking out. He's like, oh, what was I doing again? And then he passes out. It must be maybe because he traveled like back in time twice? Who knows? And you know, he wakes up because of the street market vendor dude pour some water on him. He's actually really kind. And then he meets Satella again because, you know, he doesn't know that she's not dead because he traveled back in time. But when he goes to confront Satella, it's like, oh hey, I know what happened. I'm sorry that I totally forgot to get your insignia or whatever. She doesn't know what the hell he's talking about because you traveled back in time, dude. But then, like, no one else remembers the thing. So it's really, like, episode 1A, screw that timeline, that doesn't exist anymore. Episode 1B sort of went okay, but you know, he's back in time. So now he has to start from fresh, like in episode 1C or episode 2 basically. So this series is really interesting because, you know, they have like 2 episode 1s and stuff, and it makes sense why it's 1A and 1B because he has the power to go back in time, supposedly if he dies or something like that. And you know, he started over from fresh, but he doesn't have, no one else remembers anything but him. So now it begs the question, why is this dude really summoned to this world? Why does he not die? And when does he go back in time to sort of these things when bad things happen? You know, it's really interesting, and oh man, this is a good way to start off the first episode of spring 2016. I really like this series. I'm gonna stick around for this series because, you know, if they make like 1A, episode 1A and B, then there's a possibility that, you know, they can have like an episode 6A and B because he goes through one route, dies, and then comes back to do it again, but, you know, fixes it. That's an interesting concept, you know, and I think that's really cool. You know, like maybe next episode, episode 2, it's like 2A, okay, that didn't work, so now I'll go 2B, okay, maybe that didn't work, 2C. Like, you know, it's sort of like trial and error sort of way, like go back in time. But, you know, I really like the setting's really good. I really enjoy it. It has a lot of possibility. Subaru is a really cool protagonist, even though he has the stereotypical shut-in who plays RPGs and whatnot. And it's really sad that no one remembers anything that he did in 1A or 1B except Subaru. So now it's like, oh shoot, how do I convince them that I traveled back in time? I need to save them from dying because I saw their deaths twice already. It's like, you know, it's really cool. And you mean, this is based off a manga. This is awesome. I really am glad to start the spring season with this anime. If you guys enjoy fantasy action and, you know, time travel, psychological stuff, then this is pretty good. If you guys seen this episode, then let me know in the comment section below because, you know, I'm really enjoying it. And if you like this anime series and the video, like the video. So subscribe because next week I'll be back to cover episode 2A or 2B or how many episodes they release on that day. It's interesting. We'll see if they do the thing where it's like, oh, 2A, 2B, 2C route thing, right? And that's about it. If you guys have any news or anything you want to tell me in the comment section below, or my Twitter at @Don'tTaku, because I love using both. I found this series first on Twitter because I see lots of people talking about it. So, you know, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video on the Don't Taku anime channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this first impression for the first series I've watched in the spring 2016 season. It's starting to look pretty good in my eyes, even though you can't see my eyes. Now you can. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later. Take care and matane.